It's so easy to pick on The Dark Knight, right? Because
Yeah.
but I don't feel bad about it because it was impossibly popular,
Yes.
impossibly famous, and affected the world and every douchebag I've ever met.
100%.
There.
Yeah.
Oh, and here's the thing. This is mean. Sorry, everybody, but the most insufferable people I've ever met had Joker tattoos. There was a guy. So the town I grew up in was very, very small. It did not have any like fast food establishments. And as a teenager,
Wow,
that's
is small
heartbreaking.
for America. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they did have an A&W, but it closed. And when
The fate of every A&W.
think about it, though, the only fast food restaurant in a town, and people were still like, no,
Thank you.
I don't think so.
We're taking
Fuck,
our business
what
nowhere
a
else.
Fucking what a flop. So we would have to drive the next town over, and at that Taco Bell, the guy working the window had the Joker on like his forearm all the way up with like ha 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 ha.
Yeah,
And
like
that
the poster.
font.
Yeah.
And but Heath Ledger's Joker on like his forearm on the inside. So he'd be like 650 or whatever, and I that's what he sounded. And and every time I saw his car, I just roll my eyes, and he would always like try and chat because everyone's insufferable chats.
And it's so shitty too, because like that performance is legendary. Like it's an amazing thing. But man, you're right. It's like the you know what the phrase about like Helen of Troy. It's like the face that launched 1,000 ships. It's like Dan, I know that one. Go on. You know that old chestnut. The Dark Knight is the movie that launched 1,000 douchebags, because it is. It's like,
I was really curious how you were going to pull that together.
Yeah, I'll be honest. Me too. And I feel like I nailed it.
Oh yeah, you killed it. You got it.
But yeah, I think like that's why it's such a double-edged sword for me, because I really like that movie on its own, but man, it is it's like the Simpsons joke when Homer's like, to alcohol, the cause of and solution to all of our problems. Like, to the Dark Knight, the cause of and solution to all of our problems.
Okay, now I'm going to be a hater for a minute. Sorry,
Please.
Everybody. I'm going to be a hater. So, like, do you ever watch a movie, and we're talking about Batman specifically, but do you ever watch a movie and then you see a character, and whether they're good or bad, you're just like, the most insufferable people in my life are going to latch onto this guy immediately. Like, I know for a fact this is going to be huge with them.
Yes.
And it always is. It always is.
And it's usually the Joker.
It's usually the Joker. It's or people who are just like wildly not related to them. Like people who grew up on like corn farms in Minnesota are like, I'm just like Dom from Fast and Furious. And it's like, no, you're not actually.
And I don't know what you're trying to emulate by saying that.
We're all family. Why does he
care
sound
about
like
family and you
drive?
drive?
Sound like that.
I don't know what you like. Yeah.
Is that an impression of Tom? It doesn't sound anything like him.